Hello, beautiful family in the light. It's Reverend Honeybee here.
And Michael, a happy, glorious, beautiful Sunday.
Oh my gosh, so much love to all of you. We haven't done one of these videos in quite a while, and we've been wanting to do one of these videos.
Yeah.
However, life had its own different journey, and today is the real first day that I'm feeling so fantastic. So I told Michael, I said, Michael, let's just go do a video. A lot of people want to know what happened. How did I go down like that with this food poison? And I felt, instead of focusing this video on food poison, what happened, just really focus on the message, the greater wisdom out of this, because there was a lot between both of us individually, and gosh, like a true reset.
A beautiful transformation process. I find that the universe always finds the perfect way to bring forth what happens through our body for an ultimate cleansing and clearing.
Totally. So most of you know that Michael and I have been in this process of transition to Florida, and we were looking for a home. So some of you know we found our home. We're in our home right now, and we just love it here. And when we got the news of the date that we were moving in, we also happened to have only a few days where we had to go back to Maryland. Michael had a full schedule of transformational healing sessions back in Maryland, and also there was a lot of things happening with my family, with the transition with my children, and a few other things taking place. And it was a really incredible, intense week. And just coming here, we were very blessed to have had our friends Hans and Vivi help us, give us a helping hand and packing things up, bringing it here. But we only had like literally 3 days to just quickly put things around and then fly back out to a very, very amazing and intense environment, of only because of the amount that we needed to take care of, which was amazing. Everything was amazing, yet the load was a lot. And the true essence was that my immune system was already lower. My the stress level on me had been, the last 3 months had been quite a bit. I could tell, like, I'm observing so much more extra stress, and my hormones have been up and down because of this mini pause. And so my systems were really not functioning at their greatest, and come to very intense environment, and lack of sleep, lack of rest. Of course, it's
lack of eating.
Lack of, well, eating, but not eating as well, and my supplements not as well. So I feel like it was like a perfect condition, tied with several emotional things, that created this incredible environment that I got hit so hard with a horrific case of food poisoning. And normally my system's really resilient, can handle it, but not this time, as it literally knocked me upside down, inside out. And it was a really rough 12 days, 11 days.
Yeah, it was, it feels like a good 2 weeks that happened, because I know the day that you had the food poisoning, we pushed back our flight 1 day, then we were able to at least get you on the plane, get you filled with energy so that we could fly down here to Florida to have this space to rest and just to do continuous levels of healings that we're just grateful that brought you back to your alignment. And what I really feel is just the ultimate reset. I felt like I had my share in July, in which I had 8 days, about 8 to 10 days, 8 to 10 days of which I was forced just to lie horizontal. So this was a perfect storm that I believe gave you the opportunity to really rejuvenate, relax, and just focus on what it would need to align yourself. Because I feel, as you mentioned before, there's been several months of just this increased level of stress, and not to mention just the collective energies in general. There's just been a lot happening, and I truly believe our body is a portal that we're cleansing a lot of our old ancestral energies, but we're also clearing a lot from the collective. And when we look at these past several weeks, it's been rather intense, but I feel like we've done amazingly through it because, we had the opportunity to really see a lot of people up north, family, clients coming back. We got to finish our moving in here, and I think what happens is when the foundation underneath you is not in its fullest alignment between houses, then going up north and coming back. We literally were unpacking things to this house as we were packing to go up north, and
then unpacking
there to come back. So it's a full alignment process that I believe was, when I look at it in hindsight, was a perfect storm.
But it wasn't fun, Michael. I was knocked on my feet. And Michael, I have to say, Michael was my mother, my father, my grandmother, my grandfather, my doctor, my lover, my everything, for really just thankful to you. It's incredible. It was incredible to witness how much capacity you had after 23 serving clients, 22 clients, and then it was me that many days. And what was incredible was the amount, because I was completely non-functional. I couldn't function. I was what we would say just so sick. It wasn't my throat, it wasn't anything like that. It was I was experiencing this shortness of breath and this pressure on my chest and this nausea of turning, and there was a lot of emotions that had surfaced in me. And that first night, the guardians of the blue light came and they started showing me an imagery of some of these real deep traumas inside my system that I was seeing. And it was very necessary, just like all of us are going through this trauma clearing. It's all surfacing, so it's really surfaced for me to see it.
And that was the night before the purging.
Exactly. And tomorrow would be 2 weeks. So it gave me the opportunity to just really weep. And of course, so many of us have gone through such in-depth dark night of the soul and our dark space, purging and clearing out, and like the ultimate best natural ayahuasca that you could have. Just the amount, the next day for me, that I was vomiting it out, and also I had diarrhea, so both of this was taking place. And then after that, the recovery, because it had hit me so hard, my nervous system got shaken around, my hormone system got shaken out. So it seems like from here, everything had to be shaken around. It was really awful going through it. And I know you looking at me, you're just like, oh God, and you kept that good vision, but going through it, and the amount of so many of that sent so much love and prayer, especially when Michael made that post. It was so incredible, the amount of love and prayers that you all sent, and I'm so grateful, so thankful to that. I'm also so grateful to both of my sons, just really coming around. There were times that I started having the anxiety and panic. I had really bad episode of panic and that were associated with these thoughts, and I knew they weren't mine. Something had really entered my field, but it wasn't anything from outside entered my field, really from inside out, because like this debris was being shown. That's not my truth anymore. Like, yes, it was the trauma, yes, it was this, yes, but because my system had gone weak, I wasn't able to get my bearing. And thanks to both of my sons, like, Mom, you can do it, you can really do this, and just their love, and my brother's love, my mother's love, just the amount of love, my former spouse, being your mother, and especially you. And what that really did was also the couple of the posts that I said about, like, any supplements for sleep. Also, some of these other suggestions many of you shared on Facebook. That was really beautiful. Like, you can feel there's this community, there's this love. And ultimately, as awful as it was, I knew this is wonderful once I'm on the other side of it, just somehow getting through it. And and the increased amount of meditation, that deeper level of breathing. Like, I teach deep breathing. So it's like putting every tool I had and your daily acupuncture and all the different shamanic clearing and massage and, like to relieve the pressure in here and to find out, after the blood work done, to find out, this triglyceride had been really high, and obviously with stress and thyroid, all of that connected.
But most of the lab results being
amazing,
good.
Right?
And just very, very grateful that on the outside, even though you may have felt like
it was pure health.
Yeah,
pure health.
As you felt that on the outside, the body at least was showing its invigoration.
Right. And I could say I was really connecting to God, Michael. I was really connecting to the Holy Spirit. I was really connecting to Source, and really attempting to merge my bodies back into its true nature, not what was playing part. And a lot of times it is something to do this when you're feeling well. But my gosh, when you're not feeling well and you're in like the worst ultimate, to attempt to get that out, we get these pockets, and then once that wave would come in, that was really, really difficult.
And I feel the most important thing through all of this is, whether one is sick or you're sick, is to always remember that there is an alignment that can happen each day.
Right.
Even if you don't feel it, you can at least practice this energy of, okay, I'm going to do the best I can.
Yeah.
I'm going to focus on my health and well-being by looking at my nutrition, looking at my hydration, looking at my sleep, and just really each day keeping that vibration as high as possible. And I'm just super grateful that through this, that I had the energy to continue after 2 of my most successful weeks of just deep levels of healing. It was phenomenal to see what was done in Maryland, and then to come after that, the day after, of like, I'm ready to relax, ready to integrate.
And universe is like, no,
not yet.
Not yet for Michael.
So right now, I'm noticing my energy on a personal just being a little lower because I'm still integrating. Of just grateful that she is back into her alignment, and that allows me to step back just once, a couple steps, because physically it's one thing to support, but then mentally and emotionally it definitely becomes an element, let alone seeing how you move forward and just how life presents itself in all the areas.
And I feel Michael, like there's one part, there's this so-called imbalance that creates this perfect storm. So the person has to go through the inner tsunami, volcano, hurricane, earthquake, everything, right? Typhoon, like literally, it's like everything is shaking up. There's that part. Then there's this emotional journey that really has surfaced that ties into the mental journey, and you can clearly see, like, wow, okay, this is imbalance, this is imbalance, and this is how it's working out. And there's that survival that has kicked in, that somehow you can't just calm the nervous system, and suddenly there's this awareness of how intricate, how incredible this system is, and how important it is to love the system, to truly, a lot of times we speak about self-love, and you and I do, as leaders, as teachers, we pretty much do a very good job, but you can really see it's requiring even more, like really even more, and from that space to start unveiling some of these unhealthier ways, to bring it to more of the true divine health, and that space that's been generated, it's just been this space of love, like.
And that self-love, I believe, is our practice of our self-care.
Yes.
That it acknowledges as much as we do each day, we have to constantly come back to seeing, where am I carrying myself in all fields of energy, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, where are we putting? Because even in our society, I believe that we've kind of been programmed, not kind of, but programmed to put everything before us.
Right.
And it's almost like in this day, if we place ourselves first, we're considered selfish or vain, or even some aspects not, worthy, because you're like, wait, I have to do this, but it really comes down to it that our health and our well-being is the most important.
It is, and I feel that there's this part, because of our spiritual nature, there's this deep desire to give, this desire to serve, and then I feel as we're becoming wiser, we're being called to more alignment. We're recognizing, okay, like we talked about, there's this default setting that it's so much more on the outside service versus to the balance of service really to self, like from a place of love, because then it's not selfish, it becomes really that action of self-love. So I feel like this experience really gave me, and being here has helped to, how do I really truly want to love me, so that I can walk in my book of inner revelation even in a much more balanced way, and to share that with you in our union, and to help also you with yourself, and we help each other, and we help those that we are of service to really take this time. It's like, it really is a different muscle. Once we truly align with it, it's a different muscle, because we haven't been accustomed to really love ourselves.
It's interesting, because I feel you nailed it when you said balance, and for you and for many, I believe that we have this ability where we overextend, but we're not aware of it.
Right.
And we overextend not just for ourselves, but we overextend for our families, we overextend for our children, and especially as I feel as a woman, in seeing you as a mother, there's this natural caretaking, and I believe that, when there's caretaking, that's your natural level, that makes you feel good, we still have to step back and saying, am I overextending when everyone else is?
And I certainly have.
Yeah, I mean, you were the divine mother of overextending.
Totally, and that's not healthy. I mean, completely, emotionally, mentally, physically, like.
But But looking at that and saying, okay, this has been my natural pattern of.
That was my program.
That was your program. So now looking at that program and pattern in awareness of saying, where can I now make that adjustment so that my energy is not being leaked in certain areas where, of course, you have love for every area, but if there's so much energy being put outward, where are we bringing it in the input of our own health and well-being? And it really comes back to, how much am I doing for myself each day?
Right.
And what am I doing to honor that and respect it? Because, it feels good to help, it feels good to serve, it feels good to be on all of it, but at the end of the day, this temple is what we came here to live and what we came here to be. So I'm glad.
Nothing like being in bed for so many days to establish that relationship back with the temple that you thought you really have. And then when you go through this experience, you're like, wow, like it's requiring me to have a much deeper, relationship with that holy sacredness, so that great covenant can take place within the biofield, can become that natural resonance, but without like space or sort of like gap or resistance with that. So and I wanted to also share, a couple of things that really help. I'm so grateful. We have to show this Alki. let me show this to you. We're so grateful to our beloved sacred sister. These are the Alki Photon balls. Michael and I are.
If you go over this way,
you get to see it, and we're so grateful. We are an affiliate of this, thanks to our beloved sacred sister Shayla Sananda, who is the distributor of them, she said, why don't you, work with the Aki one photon bars, and it's been amazing to also help that incredible, being beyond quantum field and assist with the biofield, that auric field, so it can become pure light and activate that DNA that was not functioning due to these debris. So I'm just so grateful. We've had a field day with this and the smaller ones that we've held, and also really thankful to our dear beautiful Vivian and Hans that are here in Sarasota. Yesterday I got a chance to experience their LED light therapy. That was amazing, putting it, the blue and as well as the red light on my throat, on my forehead. There was a video on my heart and adrenals. It was so wonderful to experience that. Just so thankful for these additional support that's been here, and of course the amethyst crystal biomat, and nothing more magical than your hands and your love, and of course your acupuncture. That's been really amazing. So I feel so grateful. It's been the first day. I feel fantastic. And the best part, Michael, today was when I went for a walk by myself. I felt like, wow, I don't have that pressure here. And for months, I've been feeling this tight-knit pressure right in the center of my chest. I walked in that freedom, and I walked in that light. I walked in that love. I was like, I'm doing this for me. As I'm so deserving, I'm worthy of this love for me. It was so wonderful, like good 40 minutes in that consciousness, surrounded by water. So very thankful. Just very thankful. You were amazing.
Thank you.
And I know, and we left everything behind. Like all of our, we have to also address for a second. Like I know you haven't been able to answer any emails. Neither have I. We have all these events for this month of September, but we had to put so much on hold. So thank you for being patient. We're back on that roll this week, and Marco is back and seeing clients from this week, and also with me with the orders and some of our events coming up and the interview series, and I'm super excited that I'm on the Ascension of Alchemy with Shayla Sananda. I'm one of the speakers on October 1st. And Michael is going to be on as Divine Masculine. That'll be later in November. So a lot of wonderful things coming up. We're just so thankful that you were patient, really patient with us.
I'm very thankful for all the heartwarming messages, all the love, all the support, all of the care that we got this beautiful goddess on her feet.
I'm back on my feet, but so much better, so much better. And just, you were amazing.
Thank you.
You were the ultimate. I feel like you were put through the test. How much is your love?
It was a labor of love. It is a labor of love, and it definitely stretched me.
I feel like you got that, like, you tapped into that parental love.
Yeah.
Like you really did, because you're like my parent for like 10 days. Both my mom and dad. Like you're the most amazing.
I feel like walking my dad home to heaven in those years of caretaking definitely trained me to have these moments to like,
for sure,
where you just have to surrender to everything. So thank you, love.
So much love, everyone. And just if you're going through it, know that you will come on the other side of it. Don't give up faith. Deeper breaths, meditate even more, and just tune into that divine truth, that God in you, that source in you. Know you are an extension of source, and that source wants to flow through you. Wellness is there. Allow yourself align with that. It will become. It takes a little while, but it does become. So for that, I'm very grateful.
And I'm very grateful that you are aligned back into health with all the support and love that everyone so graciously gave.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
So much love, everyone. If you're interested in one of these want to get information of this amazing photo one, these are $2,222.
Phenomenal. When you
Phenomenal.
hold them, you can feel the
And
energy
here
of
it is. If you even look into it, the photons can start to penetrate, and they will assist your biofield completely. Maybe we'll do a meditation with these. And yeah, reach out at my email. Actually, reach out to our Ascension Alchemist email, ascensionalchemist@gmail.com, and please stay in touch. You're gonna see all of our events scheduled. So we look forward to seeing you wherever you are, but virtually or in person. Yeah.
Beautiful. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Much love to you.
Much love, everyone. Bye-bye.